Welcome to day 7. This is not just another day in a challenge. This is the day where everything you've done so far either becomes permanent or fades away. Up until now, you have been practicing discipline. Today, you stop practicing. Today, you decide. Most people live their entire lives trying to wake up early, trying to stay focused, trying to be consistent, trying to change. And because they keep trying, they never fully become. Trying keeps the door open for excuses. Identity closes that door. Today is not about what you do for the next few hours. It's about who you decide to be when this challenge ends. Look at what you've already proven. You showed up when it was uncomfortable. You acted without motivation. You pushed through resistance. You managed your energy. You lived one full day with no excuses. That means something very important. You are no longer guessing who you could be. You have evidence, and identity is built on evidence. From today forward, you stop saying, "I want to be disciplined." You start saying, "I am disciplined." Not because you're perfect, but because you follow through. Identity is not created in one big moment. It's created by repeated decisions, and you've been making them all week. Right now, your mind may try to minimize this. It may say, "It was just 7 days." But habits don't care about time. They care about consistency. 7 days of conscious action is enough to prove control. Today, you reflect not to feel proud, but to lock in standards. Ask yourself, what do I do now when I feel resistance? What do I do now when I don't feel like acting? Your answers are your new identity. Now we talk about the future, because identity only matters if it survives pressure. Motivation will leave again. Life will get busy again. People will doubt you again. The difference now is that you don't rely on feelings anymore. You rely on standards. A disciplined identity doesn't ask, "Do I feel like it?" It asks, "Is this who I am?" From now on, you move when it's time to move. You focus when it's time to focus. You rest intentionally, not as an escape. This identity doesn't mean you never fail. It means you never disappear. When you slip, you return faster. When you slow down, you don't stop. When things get hard, you don't negotiate. Identity removes negotiation. The old version of you waited for perfect conditions. The new version moves with imperfect energy. This is what separates disciplined people from everyone else. They don't live dramatically. They live deliberately. From this point forward, every small action reinforces who you are. Every follow-through strengthens the identity. Every ignored excuse weakens the old version. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to control. This is the end of the 7 days challenge, but it is not the end of the journey. It is the moment where effort becomes identity. Take a breath. Recognize what you've done. You didn't just watch videos, you showed up. From today onward, you don't restart challenges. You continue standards. When you wake up tomorrow, you don't ask, "Should I be disciplined today?" You already are. This identity doesn't need announcements. It shows up quietly, in actions, in choices, in consistency. If this challenge changed something inside you, stay connected. Subscribe to the channel. This is where disciplined living continues. No more trying, no more excuses, no more waiting. This is who you are now. Welcome to your new identity. This is not a phrase. This is a line you cross. Up until now, you were proving something to yourself. Now you stop proving, and you start living. A new identity is not loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need validation. It shows up quietly every day in small decisions. From this moment forward, you no longer ask, "Can I do this?" You ask, "Is this aligned with who I am?" That single question changes everything. Your old identity was built on moods. Your new identity is built on standards. Moods change, standards don't. A disciplined identity does not depend on perfect mornings or high energy. It depends on one thing only: follow through. From now on, when resistance appears, you don't fight it emotionally. You don't motivate yourself. You don't argue with your thoughts. You move. Because this is who you are now. Understand this clearly. Identity is not created by big promises. Identity is reinforced by repeated behavior. Every time you act in alignment with discipline, you vote for this new version of yourself. Every time you ignore an excuse, you weaken the old version. And over time, the old version fades. Not because you killed it, but because you stopped feeding it. Your new identity doesn't rush. It doesn't panic. It doesn't quit. It adapts. There will be days ahead where you feel off, where energy drops, where focus feels heavy. That doesn't mean you failed. That means you're human. The difference now is that you don't disappear on those days. You still show up, even if it's at 60%, even if it's imperfect. A disciplined identity values consistency over intensity. From now on, your self-talk changes. You don't say, "I'll try." You say, "I will adjust." You don't say, "I'm stuck." You say, "I'm learning." You don't say, "I failed." You say, "I returned." Returning quickly is power. This identity does not fear mistakes. It fears stagnation. You are no longer chasing motivation. You are building momentum. Momentum doesn't come from thinking. It comes from moving, again and again. Your mornings may not always be perfect. Your days may not always go as planned. But your standards remain. And standards shape lives. As you move forward after this challenge, remember this. Discipline is not something you turn on and off. It's something you express daily. Some days loudly, some days quietly, but always intentionally. This is where the challenge truly ends and where real life begins. Not with excitement, not with pressure, but with clarity. You know who you are now. You are someone who acts, someone who follows through, someone who does not wait for permission from feelings. Carry this identity forward, protect it, reinforce it, live it. Because from this moment on, you are not becoming disciplined. You already are. Welcome to your new identity.